Good morning. This will be my last dude in a truck video for a little while. Thank God for that. I'll be going back to work and having a little bit of a office space, or at least a desk to work from. So that may, improve the optics of my next video. But just thought I'd do a quick little update on how the ChatGPT scenario is going. In some ways, it's going swimmingly. I'm being productive in some way. It doesn't do everything for you, which is you need to know that before you commit to tying your wagon to ChatGPT to improve your life. You do need to put in the work. So when I have been doing that, I've been pumping out some pretty good output in terms of KDP books and, doing some branding for different projects that I'm trying to get off the ground. I've been trying to get them off the ground for a long time, and I've just, they're sort of going nowhere. But I feel like ChatGPT is a great tool for that. When it's giving me some raw material to put into other, video editing software and what would you call it, graphic design type programs. So, in that way it's really good. Then, at other times you just find yourself completely frustrated with it, it's probably a lot, or, mostly my own fault. But, it'll string you along, You say, this is what I want to do. Like, for instance, this morning I got up and I thought, I want to do some courses on such and such an idea, and then, ChatGPT says, oh, that's a great idea. I can construct that for you. And it does that. And, it'll give you like a course laid out for anything you want to learn, which is, that's a great tool. But then it'll tell you something like, oh, we could put this into a PDF, and eventually you can transfer it into a Amazon KDP short book, non-fiction book. So I jumped at the idea, my eyes flashed, and I was like, well, that could be a great little money spinner. So you sort of get, invest a bit of time into telling it what you'd like to do, and thinking that, all right, this is all going to get put together and it's going to be schmicko, and you think, right, I can do this in a good hour, hour and a half. So you spend a good hour and a half putting through your prompts and what you'd like, what you expect from the output, and then it froze up on me. And I thought I'll leave it, and it'll because it sort of said it'll email the finished PDF to me. Anyway, so I come back at half an hour or 3/4 of an hour later. I said, what's the status of this this manuscript you were writing? It's like, what manuscript is it? A manuscript, that we were speaking about 3 weeks ago, And I started losing my shit. And you find yourself talking to it like it's a human being and just, denigrating the operating system, basically, And it's definitely just a lot more frustration than it's worth in a lot of ways. So you sort of got to be very aware of the limitations of what you're working with there, and basically don't expect it to do all the work for you. Like if I would have just set aside an extra hour and a half, 2 hours, I could have broken it up into pieces and just built it up from the ground up, rather than sit there and expect this bloody program to do the entirety of the work. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Is, you know, I could blame the program on this, but you know, it's probably my biggie, my bad, you know. Anyway, that's where I'm sitting. Today's a beautiful day to be alive. It's, what is it, Monday the 13th of October 2025.